and introspective teaching, the tarot archetypes of Christ consciousness. Welcome back, family. I'm Jay Coley, your favorite mirror, and this is Ascend, where we turn healing into power and pain into purpose. Let's tap in and talk about this. Lately, there's been a question that's been sitting on my spirit. If Jesus Christ was a tarot card, who would he be? Now, I already know the Bible thumpers are going to come for me, and just even asking this question is going to feel like blasphemy. But for others, it's going to feel like coming home. Because Jesus wasn't just a historical figure, he was a frequency. And frequencies don't belong to religions. They belong to consciousness. So let's just take a moment to reflect, not to worship, but to ask not who is Jesus, but what does this mission activate in me? So the first card on the list, the Hanged Man. Almost a card of surrender. Not almost, it is a card of surrender, but it almost looks like Christ on the cross. And this is the moment where the ego dies so that love can live. Jesus didn't resist the pain. He transcended it. So the question becomes, what are you still clinging on to that needs to be surrendered? The next card on the list, the Hierophant, the sacred teacher. I'm loving this card because it's been showing up in my energy lately. But Jesus didn't just teach from the pulpits. He taught through parables, through presence, through power. And Jesus didn't teach religion. He taught us remembrance. So I ask you, what divine truth are you here to remind others of, just by remaining true to yourself? Now, following the Hierophant card, you have the Sun, the happiest card in all the tarot, the light of resurrection. This is after the tomb, after the betrayal, after the silence. Jesus rose, not in vengeance, not in ego, but in light. So I ask you, are you willing to rise? Even after the world left you for dead? It's only fitting that after the Sun, you have judgment, the divine awakening. After the trumpet sounds, this is when Jesus said, it is finished. But really, it had just begun. The judgment card isn't about punishment. It's about purpose. What part of your soul is ready to be reborn? The following card, one of my favorite energies, the Hermit, the card of solitude, the 40 days in the wilderness, the whispers of Gethsemane. Even the Son of God needed time alone to process. So let me ask you this. When's the last time you just sat in the silence, just to listen? And the final card in the tarot that reminds me of Jesus, the Magician, the sacred channel. Jesus was a bad boy. He turned water into wine. He had hands that healed and his words that pierced. And Jesus didn't perform. He remembered. Because real power isn't something that you earn. It's something you remember you are. So let me ask you, what tools have you forgotten that are already in your hands? Christ wasn't just a savior. He was a mirror. He was a template, a teacher, a torch. And whether you call him Yeshua, Christ, or the light, his story wasn't just something to believe in. It was something to become. Because the resurrection isn't just a historical event. It's a personal decision. So if you're in a season of silence, surrender. If you're being called to teach, speak. And if you're being asked to rise, get up. Because you're not just reading the tarot cards, you're becoming a message. Own your energy, walk your path. I'm Jay Coley, and this is Ascend. Take care, my friends.